The narcissist is the expert backstabber. If you live with a narcissist, I can assure you at some time in your relationship with a narcissist, you will be stabbed in the back by the narcissist. This is slightly different to a smear campaign. They run very, very similar, but they've both got different aspects to them. With the backstabbing, it's all the information when you first get to know the narcissist. They will try and get as much information out of you as possible. And they store it, they're data gatherers. And anything that you tell them that's personal or private, I can guarantee you at some time in your relationship with a narcissist, something will crop up and it will horrify you because you'll think, I told her that in confidence or in private. And this is how these people work. So they grab data from you, they store it, and when they meet up with the little people that they know that they can do a little bit of damage to you by it, they'll just feed them little bits. They don't tell them everything, they just feed little bits in. And I know this because somebody told me after I'd left my narcissist how it happened and what happened. So they just feed them little bits in. And then eventually, when I walked away from my narcissist, they can then go back to this person and say, see, I told you this. I said this earlier. So they know that something's going to happen in the relationship, but they're all bent on blaming you for what happens in the relationship. I can guarantee you 100% this is how these people operate. But the narcissist just feeds little bits of information in so that person thinks, oh yeah, there might be something wrong here. But it's not a full smear campaign. That most of the smear campaign is partly setting you up and then finishing you off when you both separate. So there is a little bit of a difference, but all I'm saying to you is just be careful what you're telling these narcissistic people, because they'll just data gather it, and then further down the line, I can guarantee they will use it against you. This is how they operate. The narcissistic person, they get supply out of listening to your information that you're giving them and then backstabbing you with somebody else. That will give them a massive, massive piece of supply. They will undermine you behind your back, 100%. And they'll spread rumours behind your back as well. They are not bothered about anything they say to people. Their main objective in life is to get supply and do as much damage to your reputation and you as they possibly can. And that's the reason why these people are good at backstabbing, because they've had years and years of experience doing it. They'll spread rumours. The rumours won't be true, but they'll spread a rumour. And then obviously when it gets seated into different areas of who they know, and it could be somebody either through work or somebody that you both know, then they've sowed a seed of doubt into that person's head. They won't give them the full story. They will just put a little bit in. So that person will walk away and think, God, I didn't realise that. And it's all later on down the line, when obviously you either split up or whatever happens to the relationship, it's quite obvious then that they can say, see, I told you, and I knew this was going to happen. So they're like setting you up just by little bits of backstabbing. And then the smear campaign finishes you off because it just confirms everything. And it's absolutely disgraceful how these people work. I can't understand anybody that wants to marry you, tells you that they love you, and then they spread gossip around and rumours around that are totally untrue. That to me is a totally unstable person that needs some serious, serious attention. So I could never do that to anybody at all. So don't give them any secrets. Don't give them anything about your personal and private life. Just hold back as much as you can. Because the more access you give a narcissist to anything personal in your life, I can guarantee that it will come back and it will backfire on you, and you will regret everything you've done. And it's exactly the same with anything in your private and personal life. Just keep everything back, don't give them any information. It's slightly different to the smear campaign, how it works, but it's very much, they work hand in hand in a way, because one of them is rumours at the beginning, and your smear campaign can also start at the beginning as well. But they are slightly different. This is a bit, but the smear campaign really is to let people know that you are the problem, and that's the reason why everything failed, and you were supposed to be the abuser, and everything that they've done to you, they just turn that on its head in a smear campaign at end and just tell everybody that's what you did to them. And it's just how they get their supply. They will bet any trust that you put in them. Don't put any trust in them, I can tell you now, because they will betray any trust or personal trust that you put in them. Don't tell them anything. If somebody can betray you and they've married you, at the end of the day, that's a person that you want to keep quiet and hold everything back. Towards the end, from the devaluation stage in my marriage towards the end of it, I held everything back from that narcissist that I was finding out about family, friends. I just didn't tell them anything. I didn't spread any rumours. I just kept it to myself, because I know that they would put their special little twist on it. The narcissist will twist it their own way, whichever way they want it, and then that it'll make you look bad again. So the only advice I can give to you is just be very, very careful. These people, it doesn't matter what you think about them. When you tell them certain things about your personal and private life, they will remember. Even if you think that this person's not got a very good memory, I can tell you now, from personal experience, that they will remember all the parts that they need to remember that's important to them. 100%. And that's what they do. The narcissist will remember the important parts and then go and tell people, put their twist on it, and it won't destroy you, but it could affect your reputation. And eventually, depending on how far your relationship goes with a narcissist, it could destroy you as a person, or definitely destroy your reputation. These people are not bothered. They're data gatherers, and they're data gatherers for a reason. They want to create as much mayhem, chaos in your life and upset as they can. That's how they operate. They love the chaos from it. They love the drama from it. And they definitely love the supply from it. And it's weird, it's strange, but that's how these people build their lives, or that's how they are in their life. They love to spread rumours. They'll share, if you share any secrets with a covert narcissist, I can guarantee you that everybody within your circle that you know, plus family and friends, that secret will be shared. Might not always be the same. It could have a little narcissistic twist on it, but I can assure you now, and everything that they do when they're going behind your back to stab you in the back, it's all undermining you behind. And that to me is an absolute disgusting person that wants to, that tells you that they love you, that marries you, and then wants to go behind your back and stab you in the back with other people. That to me is a disgusting person. But I had to learn the hard way, and this is how these people operate. And I only found out about the backstabbing. I'd got a friend that I'd worked with for years, and my narcissist spoke to her and told her something. And because she'd worked for me for a long time, she was the person that confided in me and said, "Is this happening?" And that's when I knew I was being stabbed in the back. So you've got to be really, really careful. I had to thank my friend, because she was obviously my friend and not the narcissist friend, because she was the one that was highlighting certain things as well. So that was a massive help to me. But sometimes you don't get that help. You've just got to learn it the hard way. But I knew there were certain things being used against me then. So you've just got to stay strong don't give them any information, or as little information as you can. Otherwise, you're just going to set yourself up to be stabbed in the back further down the line. And the narcissist, if they get their supply and they stab you in the back, they're not bothered at all. It doesn't make any difference to them. It's just they've got the supply, they've got the information out of you, and they've gone and stabbed you in the back to somebody else. This is how these people work. This is how they operate. A narcissist, you cannot trust a narcissist with any personal information. You cannot trust a narcissist with any private information that you've got. Just keep it to yourself. Otherwise, that will later on, that will come back and haunt you. So just be careful. It runs slightly different to a smear campaign. They probably run hand in hand, but one's just slightly different. It's tweaked different to smear campaign. The smear campaign, they will come out and they will basically tell somebody everything then because it's over. Whereas backstabbing you is chucking little things in and letting people think, oh God, is that true? And the narcissistic people are experts at talking to people, giving them little bits of information and walking away and let that person think, all right, okay. And that's how they work. They get off on it. That's part of their supply that they get, and they absolutely love it. Thanks ever so much for watching. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.